Today, we're looking at the most popular form advice videos for disc golf, and we're gonna see if it can help our game. We know it takes a little while to grind these things out and really get them ingrained in your form, but something we wanna look at doing is improving our game, and we also wanna show you guys if it can actually be helpful to just watch a YouTube video and then take what you learned from a YouTube video and go practice with it. If you enjoy this style of video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave us some comments. We're gonna be showing off our bad form. So feel free and let us know what you see, what can help us, and we're gonna see if these form videos can actually help us. Okay, so we're gonna start out watching a backhand video. We're gonna be watching Gannon Buhr's backhand improvement video. Something to note is that we strayed away from beginner videos that are just literally showing you how to throw a disc. Those ones all have the most views, but we're looking to improve upon our already sort of formulated backhand throws that we have, especially myself, who has been throwing for a few years now, and I've developed my own bad habits. So we're gonna watch Gannon Buhr's form video and see if it can help us improve. We're gonna get some baselines. This is just a short little hole, good to help us practice trying to throw a straight backhand.
My gosh.
Oh, that was bad. That was better. One more. Ooh, low and away. All right, that didn't feel great. 2 out of 4, not bad. Let's see what Gannon has to say about improving your backhand form.
What's up, everybody? I'm here with a highly requested video breaking down my backhand form. Just real quick, I use a power grip for every single shot on the disc golf course. And it looks like that. I put all 4 of my fingers underneath the rim. So the first thing that I'm gonna talk about has to do with my lower body. So when I'm in my backhand form, kind of in my X-step area right here, I go and plant, I get to my full extension and my reach back, and then you'll see that my left knee starts to fold in toward the center of my body, kind of toward my right knee before my arm goes. And what that does is it creates a lot of tension in your back, but it also helps you kind of direct the line you're trying to throw.
Ooh, I don't do that. I don't focus on my left knee at all.
And I'm really pausing on that last step, trying to kind of feel the tension in my back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, feel the tension, and then the left knee will go, and then the upper body will follow. So the next thing is the upper body. Now this is the most important part of the disc golf throw. You can have horrible lower body form, and it actually doesn't even matter, because as long as your upper body is in a decent spot, you can actually get decent results. If you're right-handed, this is how it's gonna look for you, but the box is like the power pocket. It's right here. So you can see how my arm is directly straight, that's straight. There's a line from here to my left chest, and then my chest also, and it creates a perfect square. This is gonna be 90 degrees, this will also be 90 degrees. And that's the perfect spot to get the most accurate results in terms of, you know, hitting lines and stuff like that.
So the big things that I noticed for me from that video, one, the lower body, kind of like he said, you can get a decent throw without implementing really good practices in your lower body. That is definitely what I do. I'm very limited to throwing, you know, very consistently and very excellently, because I never think about my lower body. My whole disc golf career has just been like, I'm gonna step up and throw, see what feels natural. Putting in his left knee was huge. And then also making sure that there's that lag. He mentioned thinking about even baseball throws, getting a lag, and then your body twisting. Big on the upper body too. I have a bad habit of basically only using my arm to throw the disc. So I think what I'm gonna focus on for just these few throws to see if I feel a little better. The shot might be worse because I'm just implementing something new. I'm gonna try to not throw with my arm as much. You can probably notice that when I throw, I'm just like throwing with my arm. I'm gonna try and really bring the left shoulder in, bring the left knee in. You guys can, all the form police can let me know what I'm still doing wrong. We're gonna start off real slow. I'm gonna try and focus on getting the knee down, really boxing my body, keep the elbow out, keep the pinky out. I don't know if that was better, but that felt really good. I feel like I still mostly used my arm more than anything else, but I did the knee thing, I think. That felt better.
Oh, please, ace.
No, not even close. But that felt very good. That was probably the most clean feeling disc golf throw I've ever thrown. I don't know why. I really tried to lag, and that felt better than all of the other throws, even though it was not very good.
All right, I'm doing forehands, and my forehand is janky, and I have a weird walk up, and I have all this stuff going on in the forehand, and people are always saying, there's gotta be a way to change that. There's gotta be a way to make this better. I don't mind the result, but so often that's the crutch, right? Is the result keeps you from changing your form to eventually long-term improve that result. So we're gonna try to ditch that crutch here. I'm gonna give you some baseline throws so you can see. Be sure you're watching my arm because I am doing some insane stuff here that doesn't make any sense, but gotta love a good canyon. Oh, love
Nice.
that disc. It's a flippy guy.
That's good. You got the classic old school Adam Hammis, Paul Macbeth
Adam
walk
Hammis, Macbeth. I'll throw one more. Oh yeah. So we're gonna watch overthrows. Most watched video on forehands. This is 7 common forehand killers. Has a ton of views. Josh from Overthrow is a great form coach. And I've already learned a lot from him in person, so excited to watch this video and see what he can teach me about my forehand.
Okay, first mistake, and these are in no particular order. The wrist bend, it looks like this. Here, where you have your wrist breaking at a different angle than your forearm. What you want is you want your wrist to be more in line with your forearm so that we can use this range of motion for our wrist, not here, because there's not a huge range of motion down there when you put your wrist cocked down like that, right? We don't want to use our wrist for angle control. It's too small of a lever, and you change angles too drastically when you start messing with that. It's much better to change wrist angle with our big levers, either how much we bend over or here.
You want to get the big levers involved, and you want the little levers that cause a lot of variation to be not so involved.
Second thing, walking straight forward. So it looks like this. And this is what the result looks like. High, hyzer, can't do anything about it. When you walk forward like this, now your angles are being adjusted. Now your hips are either up or they're down.
I do throw a lot of my forehands, like accidentally they go like super high. That does happen to me occasionally. So, or like turfing them. So, and I'm sure that's what he's saying here is the angle can cause issues in your height.
That leads us to number 4, reaching back, right? What do I mean by this? When you come up, people go like this and they have a huge pronounced move back with their arm, just like on the backhand and just like we were talking about on the third point. We need to coil the disc back, and that's what this offhand helps us do. Instead of reaching back, we end up stretching away from the disc, right? And the further our step is, the further we stretch away from the disc because we have more time to stretch away. So if you're doing this, what might happen is you might come here too high and now you have a big pronounced downswing and you turf oftentimes, right? So what we do on our last stride is we've turned this foot away. Now we stride away from it. And however long this step is just naturally determines how long this, reach back is, right? So now we're stretching away from it. So then once we start clearing the curtain, that's when the disc starts moving, is once our shoulders start coming through like that. You don't punch the disc back there, you're gonna have some timing issues as well as some swing plane issues. Reach back is, right? So now
We'll do it on the tree. We're doing the wall drill.
That's when the disc starts moving, is once our shoulders start
How do they do that?
You don't punch the disc back there, you're gonna have some timing
Interesting.
issues as well as
They like keep it here and you want to like step out and then throw. I think the obvious change, he talks a lot about the placement of the disc, moving around the disc. We talked about that in the backhand portion. Also talking about the left hand clearing the curtain and allowing your shoulders to come closed and then stepping forward and throwing. And I don't know if I'm really gonna be, I do see guys tucking the left hand as they're throwing like this and kind of throwing it away. So we'll try that, but mostly it's the placement of the disc for me, feeling the lag, and then letting my shoulders and my upper body push the disc forward, not push, that's what he said not to do, pull the disc forward. I mean, that had power, but that one did not feel like I was letting it lag. I ended up feeling the push. So there's a lot to think about here. In this shot, I'm gonna focus on the shoulder and clearing, making sure when I get to here, and I don't even know, guys, my forehand form is so broken because I count my steps with this. So it's so interesting having to ditch that, but you're watching a man break down his form in real time. So here we go. We're gonna focus on the curtain here. No, we're not gonna do it like this. Okay, actually I felt a lot of, I mean, that went really far, but regardless, I felt a lot of difference actually bringing my left hand into play there. So that's very interesting. We're gonna throw the zone. Let's not throw the zone because that's not a disc where I need to be like fully engaging my body here. Let's throw a driver and see what this does. Okay, that time I felt like I was pushing. Overthrow cookie. This is for you, Josh. It's not tilt it, keep it flat, and all right, I may never find that. It went very far, but that was interesting. All right, I think I have a long way to go here. It's a long journey to completely, take down your form and build it back up to something stronger. But focusing on those, it's two things, but the second thing is like three things in one. One is moving around the disc and creating lag. And right now I don't have that. I'm counting my steps through this like marching band motion and then kind of just like letting the disc kind of fly out in the back and allowing all of the motion of the disc to be 1, 2, fly out and throw. And that's not creating any lag. And the disc is all over the place in this motion. And so the final release point could be just anything. Anything could happen. There's so much inconsistency. So keeping it consistent and then allowing my body to move around it and creating that lag, the pull through. And then finally is the upper body focus and allowing my shoulders to engage, the offhand to engage. So I'm talking about like 3 different things here, but it's turning the body sideways at the end and then allowing my shoulders to help me uncork the disc. All those things I feel I'm not doing right now. We'll check the tape, I guess, to actually see what I was doing before this. But when I'm walking through my form, I don't feel like I'm turning enough. I don't feel like my offhand was engaged enough. So those are the things I'm gonna be working on, and we'll see if I can shake loose the marching band form and actually get some control and consistency in my forehand.
Okay, now we're moving on to putting. We have a really fun video to watch for putting, a form advice video. Putting is a really weak point of mine, probably the weakest point in my whole game. We're gonna watch this putting form video, but first we're gonna give you a baseline. Reed and I are both gonna take 10 putts from about 25 feet and see how we do. And then obviously it might not show immediate improvement, but see how the putt feels after we watch and take some form advice. Nice. Oh. Okay.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
That's straight up not
great.
bad. Doesn't it look so far on camera?
It looks really far.
Ooh. Oh, that's left or right. Boom.
Oh, 70%, not bad.
70%.
That's a passing grade.
So Isaac is going to talk about your top 5 putting tips.
Yep, grip. First thing, when you hold the putter, you want to have your pointer finger a little under what we call the bead here. Right around the first knuckle here, kind of goes under the rim.
Is this identical? Not the faces, but the hand.
Already calling out people who don't putt with beaded putters. I think my grip is definitely different than his. I definitely have a tendency to rest my finger on the rim. He has his knuckle kind of resting on the bead instead of resting his finger on the bead. So, ooh, that feels wonky. Although he's actually fanning out his fingers more. Okay, that makes more sense. So my first takeaway is he grips the putter way differently, but if I actually fan out my fingers more, I tend to have just two fingers on the flight plate, pinky on the rim, and then front finger on the rim. That's what feels natural, but he has all 4 fingers fanned out, and then this, I do feel like there's maybe more control that way, more points of contact. I don't know.
I would say try to avoid the pointer finger on the rim. If your finger's already out of the way, you can get a nice clean release with the putter, and if it's in the way like this, then it just has to move out of the way at the right time, adding a variable.
We're gonna try that grip, but that does not feel good at all.
We're talking about stance. When you line up, you kind of want, I kind of have my foot angling away from the basket. You don't really want like a straight on to the pole. Some people think about that, but if you put more of a little angle, it kind of opens your hips up a little bit more so you can get a good swing.
Yeah.
Away from the basket.
Okay, the next tip is for stance. He's saying you need to angle your foot a little bit away from the basket. I do think I do that naturally.
Yeah, so you want to aim for this ring right here.
That one right there, not this one.
When you're aiming at the basket, from circle 1 and in, so 30 feet, you're gonna be aiming pretty much dead center. I like to putt with something slightly overstable with a bead.
Tip number 3 is just saying inside the circle, you should be aiming for the center of the basket. Pretty much straight up. I do feel like I have a bad habit of trying to throw on hyzer and gently float it into the basket. But Isaac is known to be a spin putter, and so I feel like he generates enough power. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna try spin putting. Generates enough power to where if he's putting from inside the circle, he's just aiming dead center of the basket. I guess it wasn't one of his tips, but he did talk. I know some people say you don't necessarily need that weight transfer thing from your back foot to your front foot, but he seemed to do that. So we're gonna try that as well. We're gonna like bring it back, bring the disc down, really try and snap the fingers. Not saying the wrist, because that was a really bad habit of mine. I would miss to the right all the time because I'm snapping my wrist. Isaac Robinson and all these people talk more about a finger pop than a wrist snap. This grip feels horrible. Aiming for the center of the basket too. I need to do that. I'm still like, I try and hyzer it in. Flat, center of the basket. It's a little better. A little too much hyzer. Oh, that was really bad. Okay, that's a make. I don't even think I don't even know if I did the grip for those last 2 putts. It's so natural for me to put my finger on the rim. The grip is just not it. I can't do that.
Isaac Robinson's putting grip is, quote, not it, Swanky Luke.
Okay.
Boom.
That helps me put it straighter at the basket. It makes me feel like I have to rely on my fingers more than my wrist. Okay, Reed's gonna try the grip now.
I hate it.
So, finger.
We're stacking a little off from the basket, but we are gonna aim at the center of the basket.
Is that something you normally do?
No, I stack, well, yeah, I guess I'm like at a little caddy corner to it, typically. I don't know, check the tape. Now I'm overthinking everything. Yeah, it forces you to spin it because there's no other way to get the disc going, I feel. Gosh, this is bad.
Listen, Isaac Robinson's possibly the best putter, so.
Oh my,
Nice.
what? I still didn't like it.
I don't know.
Can't argue with results, I guess. Yeah, that's not good. There we go. I feel like my pinky is hurting because I'm holding it with so much like intentionality. I don't normally do that. It's a miss. Oh wow, we got lucky there. All right, to improve right here. Yeah, okay.
Improvement, wow.
Actually improved, 8 out of 10 with the new grip. My hand hurts though. So I don't know what that means.
So a few tips that he had for putting there are just like absolutely must do. Aim small, miss ball. Looking at the biggest form piece for me was literally the grip. And I'm just like watching it back, trying to make sure I got the grip right. And I think I'm right, and it feels wild. I've never noticed that he grips the disc like this. You guys can give that a try and let us know what you think. I do think it probably does make you pop your fingers more, which makes you really, really consistent. And if you're putting really confidently like he is, that consistency is gonna really pay off. I feel like you can actually get a lot of help from these different YouTube coaches as long as you take it and implement it. It's something I'm not very good at keeping up with, is actually working to improve. I formed bad habits and I'm just keeping them as long as I live. But just watching those few videos for a few minutes, I feel like my practice habits are gonna increase in quality. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you find these form videos helpful? Let us know if you saw anything that me and Reed need to work on. I'm sure that you did. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for new videos every single week. See you in the next one. Stay swanky.